So in sports, you have to plan, you have to be focused. All these things are pretty masculine on that side. And of course, you have to be, although on the downside, it says that yes, you could be a little bit aggressive as well. In sports, you need to be aggressive at times. But I see the other side as well, like being an empath, as you mentioned this many times, or being creative. So I lean on to my creative side, being empathetic on those sides as well. I feel that, I'm not sure, you could explain better. I feel those things also come naturally to me, but maybe I was leaning more towards this side. Why? Because that was the nature of the work that I did. And for many years, being in school, being in college, then being at a job or in business, those are the things which really demanded my masculine side: planning, focused, achieving, goal-oriented, and all these things. That was what was demanded, what was expected out of my life. And in Indian culture now, things are being very different. And I had this one thing very early on in my life. I always told even if my wife could be doing a nice job or a career, but I think at the end of the day, running the affairs of the house, especially financially, I think I should be taking care of that. So that's why all these masculine traits were, I wouldn't say overpowering, but I was leaning a lot more on these ones. But I think I was still the creative side or the empathetic side or those things. I think so they come naturally to me, or not?
Yeah, absolutely they do. And I think you doing this show Food for Thought is you leaning into your more feminine energy, because you're not focused on facts, figures, history. You're going more, like as you sit here, you're going more on intuition,
right.
And that's coming with a flow of energy, right? You're talking about zone zero, which you talked about in many episodes ago, which is being in that state where you're receptive to what's happening. It's you're drawing strength from within, and you're creating right now a show based on your intuition versus in the being, as opposed to what you have to do perhaps on your weekly show, what you have to do with other things, which is a lot more facts, figures, that level of predictability, organization, clarity, that. Do you see the difference of the two different platforms that you're on?
I think I clearly see the difference, because when I'm doing a show, usually I haven't done this show like this, Food for Thought, and I think once again I must give you the credit. You basically explain this concept, why we should be doing a show on Food for Thought. But you're right. I think all these years I've been doing shows on political stuff, which does demand logic, facts, figures, political events or political analysis, or even for that matter, sports is all about numbers. It's all about numbers. You have to be bang on your numbers, like this team performed this much today, this between or players or whatever.
And it's technical.
It's all technical.
Yeah. Very masculine.
Very masculine. Yeah. But here, when I come for doing Food for Thought show, you're right. I think I'm in a totally different zone and more towards. Okay, there's another question that I want to ask you. When I'm doing Food for Thought, I'm a lot more closer towards my zone zero, which I always aspire to be.
Yeah.
So how can this connect more with the zone zero?
Well, because you're going on more of your gut feeling, more intuition. You're drawing from a place of just something that's coming from your internal, not external. Right? That's feminine. Feminine is very internal, and masculine is external, which is you studying facts, figures, history, and all that stuff. So that's why. But when you play sports, you're in your zone zero as well.
Yeah.
Right. So these are. It's good because now you're getting a balance of both.